All right, listen, we're jumping into the last daily debrief of this week. I'm going out of town tomorrow on a little vacation. So this will be the last one. We missed a couple of days. It's been a crazy week, just kind of getting ready for being out of town for a few days. But I want to talk about some of the things that I love about what I'm doing right now. And I want to talk about some of the things that I not so love, right? I slightly maybe dislike, but I don't hate because it's part of the business, it's part of the game, and it comes with it, right? So for those of you that don't really know, and you know, I try to refrain from giving too much detail because, again, we're gonna have this grand release, if you will, of kind of the whole process, exactly what I'm doing from start to finish, how it started, how, you know, all the players involved in it. We want to kind of make it a docu-series, right? So I don't want to give too much of it away, but I started a Medicare Call Center, right? You probably know that by now. A lot of the content has switched from a lot of under 65, which I'm still the GOAT of, right? Like, no doubt, hanging my hat on the GOAT of under 65, but this has been a different business altogether. Not because it's Medicare, right? Because it's still insurance, but because it's a call center and it's W-2 employees, and it's very different, right? It's money in, money out, money in, money out. You know, sometimes more money out than in, sometimes way more money in than out. It's really is very fun. But I had a conversation yesterday with some really close friends of mine and people that I really admire in the business as well. And, you know, we talked about the kind of the problems that they're having, and I'm like, listen, I don't really know how to solve those problems. These are not problems that I'm seeing, right? Like agents, you know, not being able to buy leads, or, you know, not being able to kind of predict when agents are available to be able to send transfers to, and these things that really make scaling an insurance agency very difficult, right? Dealing with 1099 independent contractors was tough, right? So it is tough. I'm still doing it, but and it's very rewarding in a different way too. That being said, I love the predictability of running a call center, right? Like, the reason why this is so on the top of my mind today is because today has been numbers and spreadsheets and numbers. We've talked about that a bunch, but really trying to diagnose from and we're not talking business, right? We're talking the agent, coaching the agent. So when I say numbers and spreadsheets, I'm looking at dispositions in the CRM, call times, right? How many calls did you have over 10 minutes? Why didn't we close those calls that were over 10 minutes? Where did the objection come? We can listen into the calls. Every single call is recorded. Every single disposition is tracked. Everything that happens, we can really get into the minutia of what's actually going on. And that's got to be the biggest thing that I love, right? Like just kind of highlighting the thing that I love the most. It's the predictability. It's the scalability, right? We've been able to scale to 25 agents really quickly because I know the business inside and out. Maybe not the call center space exactly, but I know enough about insurance and insurance sales, or knew enough, had a good enough foundation to really know, you know, once I had the basics down of the call center model, to be able to scale it really quickly, right? Recruiting, training, sales training, all of the things that I had gotten so accustomed to doing what I was doing before, and still doing, right? Still doing that now, running 2 agencies simultaneously. But thing that I dislike the most, right? There's got to be some downside to it. I can tell you, the money out, none of that stuff bothers me. The pressure, you know, any of that stuff is I'll take it any day. It's not a big deal. I partially enjoy it. Maybe I'm a little bit sadistic in the sense that I enjoy the pressure. I enjoy the you know, the not knowing what you're going to get, and well, I can't say not knowing what you get, because that takes away from what I just said about the predictability in the business, but you know, employee relationships, things like that. The thing that I dislike the most is when you're running an agency that's 1099, really you know, that agent, and this has been a weakness of mine in the past too, that agent isn't costing you money necessarily. And I've had mentors and coaches tell me, but that agent is costing you money because the time and energy you're investing in that person could go somewhere else. Well, now one of my weaknesses can be amplified, right? And maybe even exploited a little bit, because now I'm paying a base salary, you know, plus commission, whatnot. And the timeline that you have to get an agent to success is short. It's gotta be shortened, because yeah, I can't just, you know, pay you to show up, right? Like there's a job that has to be done, and that makes it extra difficult from somebody that came from, you know, 1099 independent, where, you know, hey, maybe we let this agent hold on a little longer than, or hang on a little longer than they should, because they're nice, they're good, they're putting in the effort. They just maybe need to tweak some things in sales, or, you know, they've got all this distraction going on, whatever. And if they just get that down or out of the way, they'll be fine. And now it's amplified in the W-2 space where, listen, I don't have a choice. We've got to do something. And so, you know, today we've been talking about performance improvement plans. That's why this is on my mind. So looking at data, looking at you know, the things that agents are doing well, the things that agents are not doing well, having one-on-one meetings and coaching on overcoming objections or closing the sale, assuming the close, you know, what have you, has really just kind of, you know, this is the daily debrief. It's really just kind of been on my mind today that, man, I love being able to do that, but I really don't like having to, you know, monitor things, so like micromanage almost in a way, things so neatly or tightly, because man, it's hard-earned money kind of going to waste. And I believe that a business, in many ways, we've got to treat it like a living, breathing organism, right? Like a baby, if you will. We've got to feed it when it's hungry. We've got to put it down to bed when it's tired. Like, we've got to take good care of it. And if you take good care of your business, it'll take good care of you. If, you know, the opposite is true, then it's not going to take good care of you, obviously. So that's the plus side and the minus side, and I look forward to telling you guys so much more about what we got going on, because the good far outweighs the bad. But for now, going on a little family vacation. I'll see you in a few days.